hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. Cool, that should... No, that's not fixing it at all. Okay, hopefully that works now. I'm also realizing that my voice is probably showing on stream right now. Hang on, let me just fix that. For context, I switched up my settings on OBS because there was a new OBS version and everything, and I had to delete all of my settings from before. And now that I've done that, I had to redo everything. So let me just disable my mic when I'm on this scene. So hang on. How do I do that again? Is it this one? Okay, cool. Hopefully you can hear me now. Oh yeah, you can. Sick. That was quite annoying. So hopefully, yeah, everything's working fine. I was just fixing OBS because stream settings had changed and everything. So we're going to be doing, again, sorry about the 15 minutes where I was just not doing anything. Trust me, this was just a bit stressful. And now my chat is broken, so I can't even see who's chatting in chat unless I have it popped up. Oh, god damn it. You know what? We'll sort it out later. And I couldn't even, normally I can, like, set up the stream beforehand, like, oh yeah, here's what it's gonna look like. Here's the, oh, I didn't even do the playlist. And oh, you know what? It's fine. So normally I have, like, everything set up beforehand. This time, just didn't. It won't let me. I'm guessing it's because I had to input a different stream token stuff. Anyway, how have I done this? Let me just check that everything looks okay. Yeah, I don't have as many overlays as I did before, and any sources and stuff. But if we roll, and you guys probably aren't going to be able to see chat because I forgot how to get chat to work in this. But anyway, also hopefully my audio sounds okay. I haven't tested it with typing. Yeah, you just can't hear me type anymore. That's sick. So anyway, let's just get into it, shall we? Okay. So we are on page 43 of 224. Let's see how we get on. Yeah, that makes sense because, okay, so basically what it's talking about right now is if I VI, I just need to get into the camera, load for robot.exe. Okay, so the way that this currently works is you only move in the position that the robot is aware of, right? So if you move in the y-axis or the x-axis, it should work. But currently, the robot is only aware of one position and the direction it's facing. And that's just because the way that we coded it, it's only aware of the x or y position. So if you were to feed it a north, moving up and down for y, and then a moving moving left or right for the x direction, it would fail moving left or right because that x direction isn't on the original robot construct, on the original struct for that robot. Sorry. You know what? I'm going to close this because we should be looking at the actual book. There we go. Yeah, so this is saying that each function will work independently of each other, but if you try to chain them, it'll break. Yeah, the author is very right in what he's saying, that we've tested a specific scenario, which is fine. In most cases, that is fine. But it's like, look, it's like, what's the saying? The one where you ignore the forest. Saying about forest and the trees. Can't see the forest for the trees. There you go. So you're too focused on one specific detail and not looking at the whole picture, right? So let's say, for example, like, this is why lots of people are very against unit testing, but really like integration testing, because cool, you can unit test something, and in isolation, that one thing could work perfectly. But as soon as you run an integration test, your logic might be wrong, just because the way you think about it isn't working correctly, right? Like, I have a really good example from work that I literally fixed yesterday, but I can't. I can like kind of get around talking about it. So like, what's a good abstraction that I can talk about? Let's say, for example, you're writing things to disk, right? This is kind of similar. You write, you have something like a piece of code, right? A class or something that just lives anywhere, right? You have multiple of these classes that handle writing different events to disk. It could be events, items, objects, whatever, right? You could write it to disk, then it's read on the other side of whatever from disk, does something, and then writes a response back to disk for you to read somewhere else, right? So it's like a producer consumer type of thing. You produce a event, you write it to disk, you consume it on the other side, then you produce a response, write it to disk, and then consume it on the other side, right? So, prime example, I had some code like that the other day. I wrote something, produced, consumed correctly all the way through back to the chain, but in unit tests, everything's working fine, everything's perfect. Until I actually tried and ran it and like actually tested it through, everything looked okay. I pieced everything together. I tried it on a couple like actual hardware. That's when things fall apart, and it's just because you have multiple things consuming, the chain of when they're consuming could be different, and you won't know unless you actually turn things on to see how it actually works when it's under load or when it's actually doing something. That's why integration tests are very important, because you don't know how the application will function, or you might not remember that logic correctly, so you put a piece of logic somewhere where it looks fine in code, but it just never gets triggered because that's not how it works. You might not remember it, and that could be down to documentation, it could be down to whatever. But if it's a big project, you just might not know. So the best thing to do is integration test everything and see how it works, right? That's basically what this author is saying. That you're too focused on the trees when you're not looking at the big picture. You're not looking at the forest. So this is saying, let's create a new file at the root of our project. Oh, bloody hell, I don't want that. Enjoy my browser history, everyone. So lib, in test, we want test.ex first. There we go. There we are. So this says, hang on. Okay. Alias toy robot dot robot percentage robot Oh, I need X, Y facing. Facing no. Cool. We do have functions for move left and right actions though, so let's write those out using pipes to chain the functions together. Move, turn right, move, turn left, move, turn left, move, turn right, turn right, move. IO inspect. Okay. So this is gonna be a fun one to write, isn't it? So we've got that, then we've got it. Oh no, it's this, that, robot move. Turn right, move. Turn left. Bullets, I can't spell that. Move. Move. Then 3 moves. Then an IO.inspect. There we go. I don't know if that's gonna work. Nah. We're supposed to end up at 3-3. Our robot has got Y1X0. And that's because the first move you do, they move north 1. Okay, so the reason that it does this is because of when it's talked about in the book, inside lib, toy robot robot, when it does turn left, turn right, what it's doing is it's generating a new robot struct every time you turn left or turn right. So you're updating your facing direction, but you keep undoing your X and Y positions because they'll always be reset back to 0. So when the robot is facing north, okay. This is in a described block. Where is this? Ah, here. Describe when the robot is facing north and it has moved forward forward a space. Oh, just read the whole thing. That's not what it wants. What it wants is in the describe block, not a new block under it, but in that describe block. Oh wait, no, it does want a new one. It does want a new one. Okay, so it does. Let me just yank all of this. Yank. Print. Space. Tab. Delete. Facing north and has moved forward a space. Not north. Oh, that's cool. So what it does is okay, so in here you got this, right, for facing. That's fine. It's this bit that changes. So it does new direction equals that, right? Then in here it does percentage robot and facing new direction. There we go. So in here this is literally all it does. It just has a case statement which assigns to a variable. Then after it's assigned to a variable, you OR it with a new facing direction. That's pretty cool. And then we can do the same thing down here. So we've got new direction equals a case of facing. Then we've got percentage robot with a robot or a facing of new direction. Then in here, all we do is we delete this new code, or we delete the old code. Just to satisfy it. There we go. So that OR literally just merges the old with the new. That's sick. So this fixes the direction changing, right? But it doesn't fix our move. And that is because in our move, we're moving one direction, which is move north or whatever, but we're returning a new... Wait, hang on. We aren't taking into account the old stuff from the old robot. We're just returning a new robot, which will have 0 for that. Its facing position will be whatever, and it'll just keep going. So the easiest way to do that, from what I can see, is to do this. But it wants us to regression test first. But I know what the fix is. It's literally, so these are fixed, this is fixed, right? this just moves the robot to a given direction. That's fine. It's inside here where you need to do something a bit similar, where you do... Oh, I can do it on the same line. I could do robot or robot x plus 1. Robot robot. And that should update the previous positions too, along with the new positions. So you'll always retain your X and Y no matter where you go. So what this does is, I'm just gonna keep going until I've hit an hour. I know this stream hasn't actually been an hour long. It's just because some things are still a bit broken. So I'll try to fix that before the next stream. I actually got my my encoding working correctly now, so hopefully the stream is a little less laggy. I realized what was wrong with it, and it was just me being an idiot. So what happened was, with the flat pack version of OBS, it wasn't picking up my NVIDIA graphics card, but with the version from OpenSUSE's repos, now it works fine. So it should be okay. Okay, just checking that the what's it called? That the suppressor on my mic is working correctly, because sometimes it can be a bit finicky. But that's also why now you can't actually hear me typing, which is unfortunate for some people, not unfortunate for other people. So yeah, whatever. I don't think we need this one anymore, so I'm just going to remove this. No. It's... There we go. I'm just going to yank this. Why is there a gap here? Don't know. Yank. Print. Tab. There we go. And then let me delete that. Delete this. Delete that line. And robot is facing east. Oh, it does pick up my typing. Cool. This should so robot move, robot Y. Y1. There we go. I don't know if that's fixed. Turn left, turn right. Sixty-eight and 45. Interesting. Why aren't you working? What's different to how they did it? Percentage, robot, curly bracket, robot, facing, new. Interesting. Oh. 68. Turn right. Facing, robot, new direction, case, facing, do, that's fine. Percentage, robot, facing, new direction, yeah. Let me just check. I think this one's the one that's broken. Yeah, that's the one that's broken, okay. Interesting. So that's basically what I've done, right? So inside here, it basically did what I did in here. Or let me just go to the bottom because it'll be easier. There we go. So it's done robot or it's done robot or x robot dot x plus 1 minus 1, whatever. But when I run it, it fails. I wonder why. 3 doc tests, 14 tests, 0 failures. But when I do it, it fails. Why? What have they written differently today? They've got robot north 1 facing east, right? Then let me just open VI. There we go. So they've got a robot of OK robot with north 1, which is my Y1, facing east. I've got facing east. Then they've got move. North is 1. Oh. I just saw it. Of course that's gonna fail. There we go. Cool. So the way that this does this is, I'm a strong proponent of it as well. It's just that I fixed it quickly. Whenever you have an issue or thing that you need to fix it directly. Don't just like, no, that's the wrong way to say it. You can fix it, but write a test for it first, then fix it, so you can see it being fixed. What I did was just I fixed it first, which is it's not a good way to do it, but it's done. Let me just fix let me fix West. So what he's done is he's done this. The one robot is facing West, and moves West one space. And what did I do up here? Did I even change the name of this? Moves one space east. Yeah, okay. Should pass. Oh, whoops. There we go. Let me just do that. North, east, west. Now we just need to do south. Oh, what? It's going to do... Move north and move south. When robot is facing north, has moved. Okay. Move east once. Move north one space. Ooh, oh. Would be nice if I wrote move, wouldn't it? There we go. When robot is facing south, it has moved east once. Cool, so now it just adds no, I'll go back up one. And I'll call it there for today because it's going to be adding some more tests. And we've already hit about an hour. So I'll just add all of this. There we go. Anyway, I'm going to call it there for today. Hope everybody's had an amazing weekend so far. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you tomorrow. Peace.